must have heard about the Karadedeler Incident that allegedly took place in Davutlu Village of Lulburgaz district of Kırklareli. It was even made into a movie. According to the rumor, one day in 1989, villagers saw demonic beings after dark. When this was reported in the newspapers, a journalist went to the village to find out the truth. Journalist HB interviewed the villagers, and everyone claimed to have seen the beings. The journalist left his camera with a 14-year-old boy and left the village. 3 days later, HB was detained by gendarmes. 7 people were dismembered to death in 3 separate houses in the village, including the boy to whom he gave the camera. On February 3, 1989, HB's clothes and notebook were found in a forest, and he was never heard from again. Built in 1335, the mosque is called deserted because there are no other buildings around it. The cemetery in the mosque courtyard is 680 years old. According to witnesses, the separate graves of a mother and her baby buried in the cemetery were reunited each time. 2 years ago, Hadisi gave birth to a baby girl and died shortly after giving birth. A tiny baby passed away 20 days after birth. The baby was buried in the same cemetery as her mother. A few days later, relatives visit the grave and are shocked to see that the 2 graves are joined together. The family members separated the graves, but on the next visit they saw that the graves were joined again. Visitors to the cemetery are astonished by this strange event. This event is also the subject of the movies 6 and 2. The Molla Zeyrek Mosque is one of the oldest and most important mosques in Istanbul and fascinates visitors with its historical texture. Converted into a mosque after the conquest of Istanbul, this building has undergone many changes over time. However, besides these changes, there are many paranormal stories circulating around the mosque. Many people believe that ghosts haunt the Molla Zeyrek Mosque. Some of the strange things that happen in the mosque at night: footsteps, doors opening and closing, eerie noises, and even images. The tunnels underneath the mosque mysteriously draw in people who have disappeared. It is still unknown where these tunnels lead, which adds to the mystery of the mosque. According to another legend, a ghostly imam is said to haunt the minaret of the mosque. This imam is said to warn and sometimes help those who come to the mosque. Some believe that this imam is actually an angel who brings peace to the mosque. Some people who live there even say that they still hear screams coming from the mosque, and it is still a mystery. Yusuf Ziya Pasha, who was a very rich merchant in addition to being the chief aide, wanted to build a mansion in Rumeli Hisarı, similar to the castles in fairy tales. Rumor has it that he was so jealous that he didn't want anyone to see his beautiful wife. This mansion should also be worthy of his wife's beauty. When she betrayed him, he was heartbroken and never wanted the mansion to be completed. Over the years, people who lived around the mansion reported that a young woman with long hair wandered the empty floors of the mansion at night. Workers claimed to have seen the ghost of a woman dressed in old clothes in the mirrors and even heard her playing the piano. In the 2009 incident, two female students studying at METU performed some rituals with candles at around 1 o'clock midnight. The students, who lived on the top floor of apartment 129, mysteriously died in their apartment that night. According to the residents, there was a strong earthquake on the night of their deaths, and furniture was thrown all over the apartment and windows were broken. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want more horror videos.